Hello friends, and once again I welcome all of you to my English YouTube channel. Today we are going to start a lesson Alchemy of Nature belongs to standard 10 and it is a lesson from unit number 1st, lesson number 6, Alchemy of Nature. Now it is a lesson which is written by Raksha Bhadia, and she is known as a well-known English writer of the English literature. Now alchemy, before going to start a lesson, we have to understand what is alchemy, isn't it? Alchemy, it is known as the magic, or that is also called as the miracle, the magic or the miracle of nature, isn't it? Yes, before the lesson there is a stanza, some poetical lines are there on page number 38. We are going to discuss the poetical lines at first, which are written by William Blake. To see a world in a grain of sand and a heaven in a wild flower, hold infinity in the palm of your hand and eternity in an hour. Indeed, if you want to understand what is known as the world, what is known as the beauty of world, yes, take a small particle, take a small stone of sand in your hand and try to find out the beauty of world in that small particle. If you want to see and if you want to check the beauty of heaven, yes, go in the forest somewhere and try to find out the beauty of the heaven somewhere in the wildflowers. If you want to hold all that beauties, isn't it? Try to store all that beauties somewhere in your eyes, somewhere in your mind. But if you want to, yes, explore that beauty, same beauty somewhere we have to adjust on our palm, means the whole entire beauty, it is possible. And if we decide, yes, it can adjust somewhere on our palm, and it is the eternity in an hour, isn't it? Life is a beautiful, and every now and then we have to find out the happiness as well as the beauty of the nature. Means in simple language, we are the people, we have to live in the company of nature and we must live in the company of nature. Now without any delay, from page number 38 directly we are going to start a lesson Alchemy of Nature with the help of passage number 1st. Here is the first passage. We instinctively turn to outdoor activities and nature as a way of relaxing and enhancing our well-being. Nature soothes, nature nurtures, nature fulfills and motivates, nature whispers and commands. Again, we instinctively turn to outdoor activities and nature as a way of relaxing and enhancing our well-being. Now, it is very common and very simple thing, or that is known as a habitual thing. Whenever we people feel very nervous, or whenever we people feel so much tired, immediately we people go outside or some outside from home, and we people try to find out the company of nature. As we go outdoor in the company of nature, automatically we people feel relaxed and refreshed. Now that is known as the magic, or it is known as the miracle of the nature. Nature gives us many more things, but nature doesn't expect from us anything in return, and therefore for our well-being and to improve our character as well as our health, right, nature is the most important, which makes us relax and which gives us happiness. Nature soothes and nature nurtures, isn't it? Now more information about nature, that nature is known as a gently calm and gently silent thing for us, which also nurtures us and which also take care of us, isn't it? Means if we are feeling so much tired, if we are feeling so much nervous, simple thing, just go outside or just go outdoor and try to sit somewhere, yes, in company of nature, automatically we feel very relaxed, isn't it? Whenever we are much in tension, as mother helps us to reduce our tension, as our parents help us to reduce and to decrease our tension, same as it is, nature is also there, one who take care of us like our parents. That is the important one. Nature fulfills and motivates. More information about nature. What the nature does? Nature fulfills our needs, isn't it? Whatever needs, whatever things we are in search, all that things are fulfilled by nature, and therefore nature is the most important. And more information or more important thing is that nature inspires us time to time and nature motivates us time to time, and therefore nature, it is the most important part of human being. Nature whispers and sometimes nature commands, isn't it? Nature sometimes talks very slowly with us, but sometimes nature gives us command and we have to follow all that commands. Now here is a question asked by Raksha Paradia that she is asking, are you listening? Isn't it? Are you listening to the nature? When I do, it leaves me in complete awe. Isn't it? I don't know what about you, but whenever a writer she listen to the nature, that time she experienced the great wonder and the great amazement and the experience of the nature. So she is telling that we have a hibiscus plant in our garden. Every fortnight a flower blooms on it, big, bright and tender. Now she is expressing her knowledge about nature, why nature is most important for her and for her life. Isn't it? Now she is telling that she has a garden, yes, and in that garden there is a plant, hibiscus plant in that garden, and every fortnight a beautiful flower it blooms on that plant. Now fortnight, into simple language, fortnight means yes, a gap of 15 years or a period which comes after 15 days. Isn't it? A period which comes after 15 days, that is called as yes, fortnight. Now after the gap of 15 days, a flower it comes and it blooms somewhere on that plant, and it looks very much big, very much bright and very much tender. Through the day it smiles with the sun and dances with the wind. But as evening approaches, it starts wilting. Now, the description of that hibiscus flower, as it blooms early in the morning on that plant, okay, it dances, it moves, and it does every activity with the help of wind and with the help of sun rays. Right, throughout the day it shines, throughout the day, yes, it gives happiness, and throughout the day it sparkles its beauty everywhere in the nature, and by observing the beauty of that hibiscus flower, people try to attract their attention towards it. But what about the evening? As the evening approaches, most important thing is that yes, the morning after it withers completely, and by evening it falls and becomes one with the earth. And as the evening approaches, the flower with its petals it tries to withers, and automatically the flower it goes down and it makes one with the earth. Means a beautiful flower it gets a life of only a day. The flower comes to life only for a day, yet it does so in a full splendor. What if we to live our life, however short, to its fullest? Isn't it? Means writer C is telling us, don't think how many days are there in your life, but try to learn a lesson with the help of hibiscus flower. Hibiscus flower, it blooms after 15 days and it gets a life only for a day. Isn't it? Throughout the day, it sparkles, it gives the beauty. Throughout the day, it attracts the attention of the people. As the evening comes, automatically it goes and becomes one to the earth. Means the life of that hibiscus flower, it gets end at the evening of that same day. And therefore, yes, don't count how many years and days are in your life, but whatever days and years are there, try to live your life fully. Every day enjoy your life. Every day try to spread the happiness and try to, yes, live your life comfortably. We went to a rocky beach and saw the spread of majestic ocean and the rocks alongside carved, sculpted and shaped by the water. Now second part of the nature, and it is explained by the writer in form of rock. Yes, we went to a rocky beach and saw the spread of majestic ocean. Isn't it? When we go to visit to a rocky beach, at first we see that there is a spread of majestic ocean, and whenever we observe very carefully to the rock, that time she found herself that rocks alongside they are carved, sculpted and they are shaped by the water. Isn't it? Now it is very hard. We know that rock is known as the hardest part of the nature, and water it is called as the soft. Water is known as the gentle part of the nature, but somewhere continuous flow of water, it has power to cut the hardest part of the rock, but it needs consistency of many days and of many years. Means through this example we have to learn that if we, being as a student, if we remain consistent, continuously we do our work regularly every day, surely nothing is impossible for us and we can achieve anything whatever we want just in our mind. And therefore, as water flows over it every day for years, the rocks gives in. Isn't it? Means खडक कितीही कडक असला किंवा खडक नावाचा प्रकार कितीही कडक असेल, परंतु तो त्या खडकाला देखील कट करण्याची ताकद त्या पाण्यामध्ये असते किंवा त्या पाण्याच्या फ्लोमध्ये प्रवाहामध्ये असते. दररोज पडणारं पाणी किंवा खडकावरून धावणारं किंवा पडणारं दररोजचं पाणी, येस, त्या सॉफ्ट पाण्यामध्ये देखील इतकी ताकद असते की त्याच्या कन्सिस्टन्सीमुळं ते खडक देखील कुठेतरी एक दिवस कट होतो आणि त्याचे देखील छोटे छोटे पार्टिकल किंवा दगडामध्ये त्याचं रूपांतर होतं. इट टेक्स द शेप दॅट वॉटर कमांड्स. Yes, it takes the shape that water commands. Means water, continuous flow of water, it has a power, and after that order of water, the total shape of the rock, it gets changed. Same as it is, our problems are so colossal and we are so small, yet if we persist, isn't it? Means every person faces or every person has his own problem in his life, but if we think about the problem, or if we think about the problem more instinctively, yes, we have to think that problems, it comes every day, but we should not run away from the problem. We have to face the problem like a brave person or like a brave character, and if we face the problem like a brave person, surely every problem has a solution, yes, itself, and therefore we must take care of ourselves. Okay, up to here, thank you and have a nice day.